Buenas tardes, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Better Monday Fasting. Today I'll be talking about combining the ketogenic diet with fasting, and how it was like the one of the most powerful steps in my fasting journey. So I've been fasting for 8 years, and it's been a little bit more than a year and a half that I discovered the ketogenic diet, and the two combined, incredible. So before getting started, I want to say that nothing in this video is medical advice, so please do your own research. I'm not a medical professional, so I'm just a regular normal citizen, and I just share my experience of fasting, mostly with other fellow citizens, so we can stop suffering and focus on our life mission, and don't waste time with health issues. I mean, we have other things to do. So I'm a strong believer of that, and I'm a strong believer of 100% health is not a miracle. I mean, that's the minimum we should ask. So if we're not 100% healthy, we should keep working. So it's work. I see health as work. You have to put in the hours, and then it will pay off. It's work and investment. Then it will pay off. So don't feel like if you go to the sauna, don't feel like you're goofing around, you know. It's not leisure, so you're doing something for yourself, for your future. Okay, so I've been fasting since 2016, and fasting has done miracles for me. So I was advancing in my fasting journey, learning more and more, always trying to optimize, to get better at it, to get better results. But I was struggling with one thing with fasting, and that was so once I get into fasting, especially the longer ones, I will start elevating my mind. You know, I will have lots of inspiration, lots of clarity, and I'll have all these like good ideas, and get that almost that feeling that I was getting, like smarter, you know. Like I'm like, wow, you know, fasting is making me smarter and everything, and it would be great. It will be a great experience, and I'll have all these like plans for the future, all the great stuff. And then once I'm crossing the street, sorry. So once I'll break my fast, then I will experience like almost like the magic will be gone. So I'll be I'll be back to earth, you know, and then I will feel like a lesser version of myself. I will feel like stupid, and I was like, where is the my name is Ali, so where is the Ali that had all these ideas and stuff? And it was almost depressing. I mean, you've always the joy to break your fast, but like the longer fast is like a journey, you know. You're suffering a little bit, but you're elevating, and you have all these ideas. And you know, I'll be dreaming of, like, you know, when I'm gonna be breaking my fast, I'm gonna start all these new things, and you know, have lots of hope for the future. And then I break my fast, and it's like, boom, like back to reality. And it's not like I mean, I still, you know, I will write down the ideas. I'll still have the ideas. I knew what to do, but it just didn't feel like the feeling. The magic was gone. So that's why I will fast a lot, like to be in the magical zone. I'll do a lot of fasting. And then it was in March, if I'm not mistaken, March 2023, I discovered the ketogenic diet, and I think it was through Dr. Berg. It was because I always research about fasting, and he's interesting because he has the credential. He's a doctor, but he's on our side, you know, like he believes in fasting, and so that's like, so I'll always watch his videos, and then I saw that he has a lot of videos on the ketogenic diet, you know, and I'm not exactly sure if I started, like, yeah, I think it was from him, and then I started giving it a try, and wow, that was the missing piece of the puzzle, you know. So it was just it's just incredible, like then I realized a lot of things. So one, I could when I was breaking my fast, I could keep some of that magic, you know. So I will keep, and I think the reason for that is just because when you're fasting, you enter ketosis, and if you're on a ketogenic diet, you're in the state of ketosis. So you keep that, and but I also noticed that, I mean, a lot of my energy was probably going into breaking those like long chains of sugar, you know, like all the carbs. So so that's what I noticed, because I started. I'm gonna do my grounding. I do daily grounding. I ground myself, or usually I have another spot, but it's near the road, and it gets noisy. Well, let's see. Let's try. Yeah, it's always. Let's see. This could be it. So it's like a dilemma between the road or being in more private areas, but then I don't want to bother people, you know. It's gonna. I don't want to bother the people living in the area with my broken English and standing in front of their houses, you know. It's gonna. So I'm taking off my shoes and my socks. Here we go. I do this 6 minutes a day minimum, and now I'll do it a little bit multitasking with the video. So yeah, so the passing on the ketogenic diet allowed me to not only keep the magic of the mental clarity and the magic of fasting, but also, like, I will, because I was a pretty big sleeper. Like, I always, like, sleep is still something I'm, you know, like, I don't have problem, like I don't have insomnia, like things like that. But sometimes I need to sleep a lot, like, and like sometimes I sleep 15 hours, you know, things like that, 10 hours. But with the ketogenic diet, I started noticing that I was recuperating faster. So, and my theory behind that is that to break those chains of sugar, it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy from your body. So once you consume less carbs, well, you have you don't need to spend that energy. So the body can allocate that energy to cleansing and repairing, and so you recuperate faster. So then I got hooked. You know, I got hooked to the keto diet, because it's just better. It's like passing from you know, like regular gasoline to super or something like that. Like, so I miss a little bit some of the foods. You know, like I love, like, mangoes. Like, I don't consume mangoes because it has starch and a lot of sugar. Pizzas, I mean, it's great. You know, it's a great Italian dish. especially in Napoli, and if you're yeah, I mean there are pasta, things like that, but I quit all that, and but I don't like, no, they're not forbidden. Like in my mind, I know that if I really wanted, I could eat. It's just gonna take me another 2-3 days to come back to keto. So it's just that since I want to be an efficient guy, I want to get things done. I have all these projects that are really important to me. So it's just that I don't want to waste time, and I know that as soon as I'm going to go back, everything's going to take more time, and I'm going to have less mental clarity and all that. So I'm hooked in that way. I'm hooked because I value being productive and I get a kick out of it. But I think I've done, now I started in March, it's September, Mai, Haziran, Temmuz, Ağustos, so it's like 17 months. So it's been 17, 18, yeah, almost 18 months that I'm on, yeah, a year and a half, I'm on keto, and I think I had 4 cheat meals. And it was good. It's not, I think once in a while it's good to have cheat meals. I have really good friends of mine, like they invited me for Christmas in Mexico, and they had made like how do you call that, mashed potatoes, like a puree, really good. And I think before, they're on the healthy side of things now, but before I think they were bakers. They quit all that. They were overweight bakers, and now they sell like healthy stuff, and they're not overweight. And but once in a while for Christmas they made like an apple pie. Oh my God, the best apple pie I ever had. Like they're professional, so once in a while they do something like that. So like I had some cheat meals like that. I think I had 4, and when I go to restaurants I try to order keto. You can always, but you never know. You never know. There's always a surprise. They bring like a sauce and you don't know. Maybe there's so I start cooking. I start cooking my own meals. It's in terms of time, it's a lot of investment. But the thing is, like, yeah, I buy quality stuff and I put the time, and so it's very good for me. So I see it as an investment, and also it relaxes me, to cook and listening to music and sometimes podcasts while I'm cooking. So I accepted it, even though it's a lot of time. It's very time consuming to cook all your meals from scratch, And I'm not doing, I'm not a microwave guy. I don't use microwaves. I don't. So it's like every night I'm making everything from scratch. And also I don't like to keep food like Tupperware. I'm not a Tupperware guy either. Like I usually try to produce as much as I'm gonna eat and eat fresh. It's I like it, because Tupperware, from like eggs, you put it in Tupperware, like next day it's eatable, but so it's if you can afford it time-wise, better do things right, So yeah, that's my experience with the keto and fasting, and both work really well. And so one of the things that I've noticed, like even though I was fasting, I think I was still consuming a lot of like natural like sugars, and so not processed, but so I think I was able to help my liver a lot. And I had that condition that I could not figure out. Like there's a chapter in my book. It's the history of my hair and how it evolved through time, and it's very personal. Like, but I think it tells a lot about health. Like the evolution of my hair and the hormones and what happened with my scalp when I hit puberty and all that. And I had this problem of sometimes I will produce some flake-like skin on my scalp, and sometimes I'll have a lot of them, and sometimes they will disappear. And since I'm a nomad, like I mean, in certain areas I will not have the problem. So I didn't know if it was because of the weather, or it was because of a diet, you know. Because also when you go from a place to another, before eating keto, I used to eat out, so you eat differently. So that was really bumming me. I did a lot of research, because there's in the scalp there's fungus, fungi, yeast, and bacteria, and they feed out of each other. So if you start using like shampoos that kill one group, then the other one, it starts imbalance. So I also have in this chapter I talk like I started before finding out about the keto. I started fasting my scalp, stop using shampoos and all that. But I could never, you know, really find where the problem was coming from. And since I started keto, I mean, it almost disappeared 100%. So now I'm thinking that even though I was fasting, I was doing all the healthy stuff, because I went through different diets. I mean, at one point I was avoiding animal products and it worked well for me. It usually works well for a couple of months, but then it's not sustainable. It doesn't work. So like, there's also a chapter in my book on all the different diets I tried, and the keto is the one that is working the best so far. And yeah, I'm hooked. Like I haven't plateaued yet, and it's working really well. So yeah, you want so I can keep the mental clarity. I sleep less, so it makes me maybe the time I put into cooking keto, I recuperate with less sleep. And overall, yeah, energy, mental clarity, like the desire to do things, and I solved that problem with the. Let's see. I think I'm bothering people here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to change my grounding location. So I'm barefoot right now. Yeah, sometimes it can be dangerous. There's a lot of broken glass, and yeah, here like all the sidewalks and all is very freestyle. It's a country like there's almost no, like the taxes are very low. I don't know if it has there's a correlation, but yeah, like everything that is public, it's very basic, to say the least, and sometimes very dangerous. I mean, you have holes, you have even the roads. You know, you take a Uber. Like, I mean, if they're not experienced, if you drive a car like normally here, like you'll hurt yourself. Like literally, you'll hurt yourself, like your back, your head, like, because there are holes, like real holes, like on the road. So here, the experienced drivers, they know where they are, and they do all this, like they maneuver the car. But some of them, they're very, yeah, they ignore. And if the car is doesn't have good suspensions, and it's very like, yeah, several times I hurt I hit my head on the car, because you do jumps. It's like, it's like you're on a safari or something. And also once it was my back, it's just like with like a jump, and he had a shitty car, so it's like, so, and I go to the gym, and I still feel relatively young, but imagine like a elderly person or something, But anyways, so I'm at my favorite spots because I also have access to the sun. But yeah, the inconvenience here is the road. But I mean, there's traffic. Um, yeah. I thought it was calmer today, but it's not. So I'm gonna go back to that spot I was yesterday. I'm hoping that I don't bother anyone. And so yeah, to conclude on that topic is that fasting is great. Fasting is great, and if while you're eating you eat keto, like for me, it did that was the winning combo. Now the thing is like everybody is different, and everybody has her weakest link, So it could also be, so that's something that I reflect a lot on it. I'm like, why fasting is working so well for me? Why I love it so much? Why, why people don't talk about it more and all that. So one of my theories, it could be that, my weakest link, quizás, maybe, that's where the languages get all, gets you an idea of how my brain is like filled with 4 languages. So sometimes there's a neuron firing in the wrong direction. So it could be that maybe I, as a person, my weakest link is maybe my liver. The liver is a little lazy, or it's not as good as the average. So I'm just it's just theory, like nothing. And well, when I fast or do keto, well, like it gives a break to my liver, It gives, because it has to process less sugar, and so that's why I'm like, I'm hooked on fasting, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Everybody should find out about it, and trying to spread the word. But maybe because I need it more, and other people, they have good livers, and they're not. It's not that. It's just a theory of mine, because now I'm at the point with after completing the book. Now I have no doubts. For a while, I didn't want to. I have no doubt that the fasting is working. I'm like, I have faith, like 200% faith on fasting. And because for a while, when I first started, I didn't want to share too much information, because you don't want to, say something about health, and then later find out that it was not good. You thought it was good, but it was not, and now you shared the information, and you shared something that might be dangerous for other people. So that I passed. Like I'm 200% convinced that fasting is great. But I mean, all I know so far is that it's working for me. So there's no doubt that it's working for me. But now the next step after completing the book is to learn about other profiles, and how other people with different profiles are experiencing fasting, and understand better, put in perspective, because like I said, maybe it's working so well for me because I have a deficiency in one area, and so it's more obvious. But you have people, like there's no set. That's why there's no set recipe. Like, I mean, people have different capital of genetics, and I always also, it's like holistic. I mean, it all depends on if you love your job, if you love your life, it changes everything. I mean, there's the bass player and singer of Motorhead, like Lemmy, the guy, like, I don't know, when he passed away, he was like 76 or so, I don't know, like over 70 years old. And the guy, until the last minute, he was rocking out, drinking, sleeping with a different woman every night, and constantly touring, and smoking, and like maybe doing other stuff, the other substances that I don't know of. But man, you know, yeah, his mustache, his hair is rocking out, and it's just, you know, like if I go to him and start talking about fasting, he will probably slap me on the face, you know, like he's like, get the fuck out of here, you know, and because I mean, my theory why that works for him, because I think first of all he has great genetics, you know, he has that great genetics, and then he's doing what he loves, you know, he's rocking out, having sex with women, and even the bad stuff, the smoking and all that, like he loves, like it's part of his lifestyle, and so yeah, it's working for him. So he doesn't need to do yoga, man. Like he's, he's well, then you could argue that maybe the same guy, he, he was taking care of himself. Maybe he would have been rocking until he's 120 years old. You know, that's a possibility. But also, if you're gonna, you know, if fasting or, you know, doing all this healthy stuff is gonna bother him, then he'll be losing on the fun. So then, you know, no, I think for him it was probably, he lived the perfect life for him, you know. So yeah. So to finish, once again I went on a tangent, but to finish off this video, yes, that's fasting and keto works really well, and keto so far has been the between the different diets I tried, it is the one that I'm still on. Like I'm not seeing its limits yet. I'm hearing from some people that are doing keto that once in a while you need a cheat meal, like for your articulations and stuff, you need a little bit of carbohydrates. But so far I haven't been suffering from anything like that, and it has been working absolutely great with fasting. Like the two, it's just a great combo. So yeah, I wanted to share that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you watched it that far, thanks a lot, and I hope I see you in another video. Thanks for watching.